Well, I think we can agree that this was a very interesting game, for a bunch of different reasons. But in the end, what's important to me is that our team figures out how to win. So I think we've gotten to the point in our programs revitalization where we can compete and we can compete with just about anyone. But now it's about learning how to win when it's hard. And on the road, it's been hard for us this year. And so what I loved about today was the game didn't start off great for us. I think we shot 18% in the first half. But we continued to defend, we continued to rebound. We made our free throws. We made some really gutsy plays down the stretch offensively, which I thought were huge because there have been moments when we've had games like today where we've just lost our focus in those areas. And because we weren't making shots, we were giving them open shots and the game got away from us. So today I felt like we grew as a team and that we figured out how to win a really tough game.
All right, Elena, go ahead and ask questions. It's just you on the call, so you have free range.
Yeah, so that first half, a little bit of a struggle on offense, not a lot getting to go, but you guys shot over 50% in the second half. What were some of the adjustments that you had your team make at halftime?
We talked about making sure that we were doing a better job reading how they were defending us. I thought Arkansas did a great job of clogging up the lane. So when we were penetrating in the first half, I thought we were getting a little bit too deep. And then for our post players, Sasha was getting pushed out. They were able to dig on her. So we talked about maybe moving the ball a little bit more, setting up our screens better so that our post players were lower and we could get them the ball, and also finding some mismatches where we could isolate Camille, Jo, Justine a little bit on the block and get different looks. So more inside outside touches. And then in the end, they know how I feel. I felt like we just missed a lot of open shots too in the first half. So adjustments are believe in yourself. You're going to get more in the second half and, we'll find out how we can exploit their defense a little better, but then believe in yourself and knock them in.
Jordan Oliver isn't a player whose game is not really scoring first, and she had 0 points in the first half. She led you guys in scoring, contributing all 12 in the second. How big was she for you guys today?
She was huge for a bunch of different reasons. One of the things that she brings to our team that's really important is her versatility. So, Camille is out of the game. Jo can come in and help us. Jordan Cambridge at that position at the fort. Jordan Cambridge gets hit in the face and has to go out. Ayanna doesn't have to play the point. I can put Jo at the point and we can still have a bigger defensive team on the floor. She is seasoned. She's a vet, right? So she understands what it looks like to win at a high level and to win big games on the road. So I thought that today you saw her experience shine through and understanding what we needed and when we needed it.
And you mentioned Jordan going down, looks like she busted her lip, and then Camille with some emotions there and having to leave the game early. How do you collect your team? What do you say to them in order to, not let things get out of hand and play the way that you guys played and ended the game with a win?
I think we focus on, and you guys know this about me, we focus on ourselves. So I tell them there's always going to be emotions. It's okay to have emotion when you're playing basketball, but we can't be emotional. We can't get caught up in dramatics, and it doesn't matter who said what or who started it. We have to stick together. We have to huddle up. And we have to understand that a lot of times referees aren't going to see everything in terms of who started it, what was done, when it was done, and they're going to call what they see. And we don't have control over that, but we do have control over our emotions and over the fact that we need to stick together and play basketball, speak with our game, talk with our game. And so we talked about that. And we also talked about there were opportunities that we're going to go back and look where we can learn from the mistakes we did make. And one of those is for Camille. I haven't seen the play replayed yet, but we'll go back and we'll talk about that play and what she could have done differently. But, Camille, I felt like responded well after having a slow start, and I'm proud of her for that. There's always going to be things to learn. My team understands where I stand on that. So it was a very hard fought game. There was a lot going on in this game. There's a lot we can learn, but I was really proud of the things that we did well as well.
All right, Coach.
Last
Take your time.
for you.
Last
Sorry.
one. I got you.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Elena.
I got you.
Okay, sorry. Your 20th win as Vanderbilt head coach. First time you guys have done that in 11 years. What does that mean to you?
It means that the things that I thought could work really well here are working, and that I stick to my process driven approach where there's plenty of times, even this year, where we've dipped but we've stayed true to our process, and we focused on the holistic development of our players and our staff and our team. We really, dove into that. And I know that seasons and games and sports and life, it does like this, right? And what I want my players to understand is that we're not defined by results. We're defined by our approach. How do we prepare? How do we treat each other? What kind of teammates are we? When we go out on the court, how hard do we play? What kind of energy do we bring? How coachable are we? I want them to understand that if we can get better at all those things, we can be a great team. We can be a great program. So what I'm excited about today is that not only did we win on the road, but this shows our team that their hard work is paying off. That focusing on the process is something that that is valuable, and that we can continue to keep getting better every day and being resilient when things don't go our way and still forging ahead.